It's Monday, March 22nd, 2021, and it's not just any normal Monday. No. It's March Madness Monday. Welcome into the Early Edge. I am the coach, powered by SportsLine, and how much fun was the weekend? We were 13-8 on the show, but the maestro, our guy, was on fire here on the Early Edge, 7-1, and we were back for it today. 8 games in the NCAA tournament when double-digit seeds have been prevailing all over the board. Quick programming note, by the way, as far as golf is concerned, 11 a.m. Eastern time this morning, bracket reveal challenge for the PGA Tour, WGC, Dell Technology. You want to play against our First Cut podcast? Go over, fill out a bracket, and you can win all sorts of prizes, and you can try to beat Rick and Mark and all those guys. But we're here for basketball. So let's bring in our cappers right now. Oh, guys, how much fun has it been? Let's start with the Zack attack. Zack, it's been fun, right?
It has been incredible watching these games from the conference tournament through March Madness now. It is a little bit different, though, today, Coach. I can't believe we have March Madness on a Monday.
But I'm here for it. M squared, are you here for it?
You know I'm here from Monday, March Madness. Basketball at 11 a.m. Central Time here. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Can't wait.
A lot of fun last night. We were on the opposite sides of the game. People on social media were loving it. We were going at each other. It's kind of cool once in a while not to be on the same side. Maestro, how are you today, sir? Red hot.
I'm feeling good. Let's just keep it rolling. This is so much fun. Let's do it.
Here we go. Storylines that could affect the betting lines today, and these are so important. Pay attention. M squared. Let's go.
All right, Coach, we got a couple big ones in the NBA. We'll start with Giannis Antetokounmpo. He is doubtful to play after the injury. I believe it was last night. They're playing against Indiana. I like this spot a lot for guys like Chris Middleton. You'll be looking at those player props in a little bit. I'll keep you guys updated on Twitter there. For Oklahoma City Thunder, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is questionable. He did not play in the last game. Al Horford has been upgraded to probable. For the Houston Rockets, Victor Oladipo is listed as out for rest, also a potential trade candidate as we get near the deadline there. For the Utah Jazz, Rudy Gobert is questionable tonight against the Chicago Bulls. And then for the Boston Celtics, they are 1-point underdogs to the Memphis Grizzlies tonight as Kemba Walker has already been ruled out and Tristan Thompson is questionable to play.
All right, thank you very much. By the way, keep an eye on the Indiana team. I've been watching them really closely the last couple of games. They're making a concerted effort to play a lot faster. So if you're doing that total, be careful there. All right, Zack Attack, what do you got for us today in the NCAA tournament, sir?
Well, I'll touch on Syracuse and a little-known player in Robert Braswell. He's played 20 minutes or more the last 4 games, but didn't play pretty much all year long. What Jim Boeheim has done is phenomenal. He's made a tweak. Alan Griffin, he was a big transfer from Illinois. Suddenly, he's had a reduction in minutes, played just 11 minutes in that big win yesterday. And Braswell, he's coming on the floor after the first 5 or 6 minutes and giving teams a completely different look with the Syracuse zone defense. There's length everywhere all of a sudden with Braswell 6'7", 6'8", Guerrier 6'8", Dolezaj 6'9", and Buddy Boeheim 6'7". So teams aren't prepared for it, and that's why we're seeing Syracuse go on big runs against San Diego State and then yesterday.
And everybody's talking about how wild this tournament has been. Well, to quantify that, underdogs, 19 outright upsets so far, and against the spread, 28-15 ATS. If you're just playing every dog so far in this tournament, the thing that jumps out to me and just about everyone is, the Pac-12 was kind of supposed to be the worst of the power conferences, 6-0 straight up and against the spread, although Oregon has not played yet, and they get Iowa today. And the Big Ten, very disappointing. Already lost 6 teams, including Illinois and Ohio State. Only have Michigan, Iowa, and I'm blanking on the third team. Oh, Maryland. That's still alive for the Big Ten.
Yeah, I got to give you some props, though. You said last week on the show, you said pay attention to Oral Roberts. They were a 15 seed. You said they can do some damage, not just against the spread. They beat Ohio State. And then last night, they were the best team on the floor, another big upset, and they're going to the Sweet 16.
And, Coach, they're getting double digits next week.
I'm on them right now. I'm on them right now. I'm on them right now. All right, here we go. It's time for our SportsLine plays of the day. But real quick, I know you're going to be tweeting me, say, Coach, we're supposed to give away 5 year-long subscriptions. Yes, we don't have time to announce all the names. The jeweler will reach out to you who have won this week at Apple Podcasts. All right, our SportsLine plays of the day. First, in the NHL, Oilers plus 105 against the Canadiens. They dropped the puck at 7 Eastern time. This is a graded A play on SportsLine. It has it winning 55% of the time. Plus, for Edmonton, Oilers going for their 8th win in their last 10 games. Our second play in the NBA, the Cavs +4 against the Kings. Tip 7:30 Eastern time. This is also a graded A play at SportsLine. The Cavs covering 59% of our simulations. Okay, what about our cappers, our boards? M Squared, you know the drill. Give it to me.
All right, Coach, we're going to start with one of those Pac-12 schools, Colorado +1.5 against Florida State. I love the spot for the Buffaloes. I love the way they're playing. I actually had to go back and look at some of the ratings that I had on them. This team is 10th in offensive efficiency and 15th in defensive efficiency. They are a legitimate top 15 team in the country. I love them in this spot here. I love the way Jabari Walker played off the bench for them. I love the confidence he's playing with. He is a freshman, but he is really rounding into form here at the right time for the Buffaloes, really making life easy for McKinley Wright. I like the Buffaloes here. I make them -1.7 in my simulations. Second game I like, Alabama, -5.5 against Maryland. We've talked about the Big Ten struggles just a little bit. Maryland is a team that I'm going to look to continue to fade against the spread here. I do not think that they're going to continue to play the way that they did. We watched that UConn game. UConn, they just shot the ball horribly. A lot of it was some of it was the Maryland defense, but it certainly was not all the Maryland defense. Maryland still got destroyed on the boards there by them. I think this is a great spot for Alabama. Normally, I'm cautious with teams that play with an incredibly fast pace. However, Alabama is much different because of two things: their three-point shooting and their defensive efficiency. They're the number 2 team in the country in terms of defensive efficiency for me in my models and my ratings. So give me Alabama -5.5.
All right, that game is an 8:45 Eastern tip on TNT. The Colorado game, 7:45 Eastern tip on TBS. All right, Zack Attack, one of the sexy picks, one of the darlings so far of the NCAA tournament has been UCLA. They've already won 2 games. What do you like on their game today?
I'm going with them again today, Coach. The Pac-12 gets another win. We see an 11th seed, another 11th seed advance to the Sweet 16. I just look at UCLA. They've got the close win against Michigan State, then looked very sharp against BYU. They're riding high right now. And Abilene Christian, they got a win against Texas, but I'm devaluing it. Texas just wasn't ready, played sloppy. And Abilene Christian, they're going to be sped up in this game. The Pac-12, that's one of the reasons why they're doing so well in this tournament, is teams cannot adjust to their tempo and style. The UCLA style is going to have them running all over the floor. And Mick Cronin, let's talk about him for a second here. He never could get it done with Cincinnati with all those talented teams. He senses it here. They get a win and they move on to the Sweet 16.
I'm thinking about giving out a prop bet on the over-under that CBS shows his dad in the stands every time that UCLA does something good. That's a 5:15 Eastern tip. And I know it's weird on a Monday that we have games starting at 12:15 all the way through, but this is a normal Sunday. But they're instead, because of the bubble situation, they're playing on Monday, which is awesome. By the way, Zach, SportsLine simulations back up your play. They have the Bruins covering 62% of the time in this game. All right, this man 7-1 so far, right here on the early edge in the NCAA tournament. One guy tweeted last night, Maestro, that if you keep going this way, he's going to have to claim you as a dependent on his taxes. The floor is yours.
All right, let's get to it. I'm going to play Ohio +5.5 against Creighton, and it's probably equally fading Creighton as it is supporting Ohio. You know, since Jason Preston came back from a lower body injury, this Ohio team has only lost twice, and this kid is an unbelievable player. Only shot 7 times in their win against Virginia. Usually he's been scoring over 20, but this time he was passing, he was distributing, setting up the big man for the 3-pointers, had 13 rebounds, 8 assists, played all 40 minutes. With him back and clicking, they're a different team. We saw how they just blitzed through the MAC tournament, and Creighton has been on the downside. Very fortunate to be in this game. They almost got beat by the Gauchos. They've only covered 3 of their last 7. One of those was a 1-point cover. We saw them get blown out by Georgetown. They're a very good offensive team. This is going to be a great game. There's going to be a lot of scoring, but I think it goes down to the wire, and I'm going to take Ohio +5.5.
And if you want more of the Maestro and his great information, he'll be on CBS Sports HQ coming up at 10:15 a.m. Eastern Time, about 17 minutes from right now. All right, we're up against it. Grab your paper, grab your pencil. Jeweler, thank you very much. Here is our recap. M Squared is on Colorado, getting 1.5. They've been terrific, and they're taking on Florida State again. 7:45 Eastern time is the tip. Also, Alabama giving 5.5 over Maryland coming out of the Big Ten. And for the Big Ten, it hasn't been a good tournament yet. Probably more the same tonight. Zack Attack, he's on UCLA -4.5. I would probably just myself play this up to 6 or 7. I think this is going to be an absolute blowout. Zach, I love this play. Then the Maestro, he's on the Bobcats, the same team that he gave out a week ago, 4 days before the tournament started, over Virginia. And what a shock. He got the job done. Then our SportsLine plays of the day. The Oilers +105, Cavaliers +4 over the Kings. I'm not a math major, but that is 6 plays on the show today. And as always, follow all of us on social media as we will be active throughout the day. Don't forget about the Bracket Challenge, Bracket Reveal show coming up at 11 a.m. Eastern time. I'll be doing for the PGA Tour on Facebook, NBC Sports Gold, and also Twitter. And fill out your bracket and play against us over at the First Cut Pod. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all these tickets like we've been doing all weekend long. By the way, Ohio is Chiefs Dog of the Day. Let's take them straight to the pay window. For Zack Attack, for M Squared, for Chief, for Maestro, for the Jeweler, I am the coach. Let's have a day. The only place for your daily early edge. Good luck.